They fired her for saving a Navy SEAL. 24 hours later, the doorbell rang and everything changed. The hospital boardroom crackled with tension as the director's words sliced through the air like a cold blade. You're terminated immediately. Number. Explanation? No hearing. Just a silent room full of lowered eyes and shuffled papers. They didn't even have the decency to look her in the face. Emily Carter, still wearing the faint blood stains on her scrubs, stood frozen. Her hands trembled, not from fear but from something colder. Betrayal. Just 24 hours ago, she had risked everything to save a dying man. Now she was discarded like she never mattered. Emily wasn't new to blood. As a trauma nurse she'd seen the worst a battlefield could offer. But nothing compared to that moment. A man with 40 bullet wounds. No ID, no backup, just a whispered call from a stranger. He's one of ours. Please. No questions. Save him. And she did. The Navy SEAL's pulse had been almost gone when they wheeled him in, his chest torn apart. No time for paperwork. No time. For permission. It's just raw instinct and a heartbeat slipping away. She fought for hours, stitching, clamping, willing him back. And she won. But policies don't have heartbeats. And when they found out she'd bypassed protocols to save an unidentified man who should have been declared unsalvageable, the hospital acted swiftly. They fired her. No ceremony, no gratitude, just cold bureaucracy. Emily walked out of the hospital with her head high. But inside, she was crumbling. This wasn't just a job. It was her life, her identity. She had given everything to the system, and in return, it discarded her. The memories haunted her as she trudged home. The metallic scent of blood still clinging to her skin. Her apartment, once a place of quiet refuge, now felt suffocating. The silence was deafening. The weight of everything she'd lost pressed into her ribs like stones. That night, she sat by the window, staring out at the rain, wondering if she'd made a mistake, wondering if saving him was worth her entire career. Her phone remained silent. No one from the hospital called. No one defended her. No one cared, until the doorbell rang that it was early, barely sunrise. Emily, still in her rumpled scrubs, cracked. The door opened. Dot. On her doorstep stood 6 men, silent, towering. Their presence filled the hallway like a rising tide. She didn't need an introduction. She saw it in their posture, in their eyes hardened by years of carrying unspoken burdens. One of them stepped forward. His arm was in a sling, his face pale but alive. It was him, the man she had fought to save in his good hand. He held a folded flag. Without a word, he extended it to her. His grip firm, his gaze steadied at a simple note was tucked inside the flag. You saved one of us. Now you have all of us. Emily's throat tightened. She wanted to speak, but the lump in her chest refused to let the words through. The man nodded as if hearing her unspoken gratitude. We don't forget our own, he finally said, his voice rough but steady. Your family now behind him. The others stood guard. It's not his soldiers, but his brothers. Silent witnesses to a bond no policy could erase. Emily's hands trembled as she unfolded the flag, her tears falling onto the fabric. The man's next words etched themselves into her. Soul, some people follow rules, others save lives. You chose right. The hospital had closed its doors, but these men had opened another in the following days. Something extraordinary happened. Word spread. Veterans, soldiers, strangers who had never met Emily before began showing up at her door. They didn't come to offer pity. They came with job offers, letters of gratitude, invitations to speak. Some simply stood outside in quiet solidarity, a sea of uniforms in front of her building. The hospital had shamed her in silence, but now the world was standing for her loudly, unmistakably. When the hospital's leadership realized the public had turned, they tried to reach out. An apology letter arrived, an offer to reinstate her position, but Emily never replied. Her silence was her answer. Some battles are not fought with noise, but with quiet, unshakable honor. The man she saved would later send her another note. When rules fail, heroes rise. Emily never sought recognition. She didn't need it. What she found was far greater. Family bound not by blood, but by sacrifice. And sometimes the door that closes on you isn't a loss. It's just the hallway that leads you to where you truly belong.